Yeah.
Dana
So
White.
I know, right? So what's up,
What a
guys?
good chairman.
Yep, this is Garrett and Lincoln coming at you with the episode where we cover the Ed Herman versus Mike Rodriguez bout that pissed off the boss, as you guys can see. So this
I haven't heard him
was,
call somebody Mazzagatti in a while, dude.
I know, when you
This
get
is horrendous.
when you get called
Whenever I read it,
Mazzagatti, oh man.
yeah, I just read that tagline and I felt my butthole
Yes.
pucker.
So referee Chris Tognoni, it's Italian, so I think that's how you pronounce it. Tognoni. Basically, the ref, as you guys will see, this was a bout where you had Mike Rodriguez, who was pretty much beating the piss out of Ed Herman for a good majority of the fight. This was round 2. And this was essentially what was going to be a TKO stoppage. And
it was.
it was
It was.
technically a TKO stoppage. It would
That's
have
exactly
been
what it
if
was.
the ref
No,
hadn't stepped in.
no,
Um,
it was.
yeah, so this is the moment in time, the picture you guys have on your screen right now is the moment in time where the referee actually did step in and get Mike Rodriguez off him. Basically, what the context here leading up to this moment was Mike Rodriguez is way ahead on the scoreboards, and he's got Ed Herman in the clinch. He's got him up against the cage. He is throwing knees to the midsection, mind you. It is above the belt. Does not touch his trunks at all. And Ed Herman, because he's getting kneed right in the gut, crumbles down to his butt, and he covers up, and Mike Rodriguez is about to end the fight right then and there, and then Chris Tognoni comes in, stops the fight, says, "Time." Mike Rodriguez's response is literally, "Time? What you mean time?"
You ain't got no more time.
So Chris Tognoni, basically from his perspective, thought that Ed Herman had been hit with a groin shot. So he gives Ed Herman the almost full 5 minutes of recovery time. And Ed Herman's like, all right, I'm good to go. They finish out.
5 seconds left.
Yeah, they finish out the rest of the round. And then going into round number 3, Ed Herman is on his back and he is able to sink in, I believe, I have it pulled up somewhere.
You got a Kimura?
Yeah, he synced in a nice little Kimura.
That was a beautiful finish.
It was a great finish for sure.
But
it was definitely one of those things where it's like whenever Jose Aldo held the fence against what was his name? Conor McGregor beat him.
Chad
Mendes, thank you. Yeah, here's the Kimura getting locked up pretty tightly. And then you guys already saw the tap on that, but yeah, this is basically what ended the fight right here. There's Chris Tognoni, and there's the Kimura, and then Mike Rodriguez was able to roll with this, but unfortunately he got kind of just hooked up against the cage. Obviously the ref didn't call the fact that Ed Herman also had, as you can see right here in this photo, his toes in the cage as well.
What? Oh, I didn't even notice that before. Now
right
now my
there.
entire day is ruined.
Yep. Let me just zoom in on it for you. Crazy.
What a bad dude.
Yeah. And here's one of those things. I've actually kind of noticed Chris Tognoni has been a little slow on the uptake for some of this stuff. You can tell he's just getting a little bit older, and some of his ability as a ref, not necessarily calls specifically, what I've noticed is more his mobility in the cage, especially when he refs like flyweights or something. He has a really hard time getting out of the way. But obviously in this moment like this,
Mark Smith.
Yeah, exactly. But in a moment like this was clearly what even Dana White said was one of the worst calls he had seen in a long time. And it's one of those things where during the fight itself, even the commentating team was like, what's going on? You know, we should watch the replays, and then that way,
Yeah.
because what I assume, what my theory is, and what even some of the theories going around are, is that Tognoni, what happened was he didn't actually see anything, but he thought because
Just by the way he curled up.
yeah, maybe by the way he curled up, even though he wasn't like clutching his balls or anything, he was covering up and shit. You know how like most fighters will like grab their
Yeah.
testicles or something,
Like if
or
that's what's going on.
yeah. But what I believe is that Chris Tognoni thought he missed something. He thought he missed a groin shot, so he lunged forward and was like, time anyway, for what he thought might have been a groin shot. Because from his perspective, I can understand him possibly maybe seeing. He just sees Mike Rodriguez throwing knees to the midsection. It's possible that standing behind the fighters, again, in a really not a good position for the ref to be standing when they're up against the cage. He should have been
Mark
standing
Smith
to
would
the
have done that.
side. He should have been. I'm not. I mean, that's not up to me to tell the referee where he should have been standing. But it's like,
Yeah.
because they were in Nevada, and according to the Nevada State Athletic Commission, unless in MMA, at least for the UFC, you can't watch a replay unless it's tied to a finish.
Yeah.
So when it's something like what the ref assumes is a nut shot, he actually cannot call upon a replay during the recovery time or what have you. So unfortunately, which if that were the case, then it could have been overturned immediately to a TKO finish,
Exactly.
because then the ref had just come in, you know, mid finish.
Coulda,
But
shoulda, woulda.
because of the fact that he can't watch the replays during that moment, he at no point realized he had made the wrong call. Now,
Well, we're looking at a picture of him making a bad call.
yeah,
So how many bad calls did we miss the whole time he's been doing fights tonight?
yeah,
Or the other night.
there's no telling.
No
And
telling. Do you know what
and
this sounds like to me?
what?
Sounds like severance pay to me.
Oh,
Ooh.
just think about it. When that referee, that
What
coach,
happened to
that
Mazzagatti?
exactly, and Mazzagati's off in no man's land right now, doing Bellator and other stuff. I mean, he still has work. Don't get me wrong. He's just
See,
not in
that's
the
what I'm
UFC.
telling you. That's what I'm saying. Some of these guys, they're just not UFC level, and they need to go over to
but but
Bellator.
but it's one of those things which is interesting because just this year when we had that Magomed, not fucking
Sharipov,
Magomed on no I think it was
Goliath.
Magomed Ankalaev versus Ion Kudalaba. That
Yeah,
referee that refed that fight and made that call,
yeah,
we haven't seen him since.
yeah.
So it's safe to say that if Tagnani's
The
being
boss man
called,
said something this bad.
yeah,
He's probably not going to call him anymore.
exactly. So that's a pretty safe bet. I've also
Sucks to
heard
suck.
Rodriguez's team is attempting to overturn
I think it'll get
the victory.
overturned.
I don't know, dude. You know how? Here's the thing. I don't think it'll get overturned. The reason I think it won't get overturned is because you know how these commissions are
You're right.
with
Mark
bad
Hunt
ref
still is
calls.
good.
Yeah, I mean the nothing happened to Herb Dean. Nothing happened to Mark Goddard. Nothing happened to any of
Those
these
are good
refs.
refs, though.
Yeah, but those are good refs. And Chris Tognani's been around for a really long
He's been
time.
around for a minute. You're right.
And the thing is that these commissions they always side with the ref,
Always.
always. And it doesn't matter, when shit like this happens, it doesn't matter how blatantly wrong the referee is. They will never overturn the victory because they're going to look at it and they're going to say, well,
We can't make
mistakes
ourselves look
happen.
bad.
Yeah, mistakes happen, whatever. And we've talked about this before when we made that Herb Dean video between Dan Hardy and Herb Dean in the previous Ninth Corner, link in the description.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah. And that this is gonna unfortunately, I feel like this is gonna have the negative effect of creating a cycle in which bad calls will not go necessarily unpunished. I mean, people like Mazzagatti and people like what's that other really bad ref? It's Mazzagatti and the one that does the heart hands.
Yeah.
Yamazaki,
Mario?
Mario Yamazaki.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um,
bad ref.
yeah. Those guys aren't really around anymore in the UFC because of their notorious reputation for being terrible. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. I don't really have any other. I don't really have any more thoughts unless you do.
Rematch.
Sure, why not? Let's make it right.
Let's make it right.
That's what they're
Let's
trying.
see
That's
who
what
wins
they've
in
been
the fair
trying to do
fight.
with Kudalaba and Ankalaev.
I know.
Let's make
set
Herman
it
versus
again.
Rodriguez. Yeah.
See what happens this time.
Yeah. Alrighty. So that is going to be it for us this episode, you guys. Make sure you spit on me. I meant to say subscribe. My bad.
Yeah.
I get those mixed up all the time.
Me too.
And
It's because we're usually spitting on each other. But if you'd like to like, comment, and subscribe, leave a comment. Click the bell icon. Do whatever you want. Spit on us if you want. We'll send our addresses. Just watch our
Yeah.
videos, please.
You know what? I'll send you my address, and if you live across the country, put your spit in an envelope, mail it to me, and then when I open it, I'll rub it all over my face.
There we go.
Next time we do an episode.
Hashtag COVID-19. Let's get out of here.
Hell yeah. And we'll see you guys next time.